Wanderers, Diablo 4 Season 12 is only 2 weeks away. We're going to go over a whole bunch of stuff in this video because we got some really exciting news for you. This is going to cover how you can potentially win a free battle pass, what the revival of the launch day races are. That may not be for you, so we're going to talk about some launch day groups, and then what will happen to your characters at the end of this season, and a whole lot more. Now, the first thing we're going to cover is going to be the season end date. Now, this is a question that everybody asks when we get into that final month. Everybody's looking forward to it. They start hearing noise about the new season. If you were to bring up your seasonal menu here, on the very bottom, it will tell you that the season will be ending in 14 days. You can also find that on your reliquary here. We have 14 days left. That will be the end of the season. And there is no downtime between when one season ends and the next one begins. It is going to be, as soon as that one ends, we'll have about an hour, and then we'll already have the patch downloaded. We log out, log back in, and then the season is on, and we will be hitting the season race. Now, that's what we're going to cover next. What is the launch day race? Now, in the past, we have always done groups of 4. We're going to do that again. You will be racing as soon as the season starts. And what we're going to do a little bit differently this season is that we're going to race to Capstone 3. Now, on this menu right here, the seasonal menu, now you can get there by hitting the U on your mouse and keyboard, or for me right here, all I have to do is just bring up my menu here on the screen, and then I just tab over on the controller, and now we're here on the map. This is going to be Capstone 3. You're going to find that right here on rank 5. Rank 5, you can view on map, and you can see this is going to be your third capstone dungeon. Now, the third capstone dungeon is going to be equivalent to Pit Tier 45. So it's right in the middle between Torment 3 and Torment 4. We're going to have teams of 4. Now, the fun part about it this season is that you will have to have 4 individual classes. You cannot have any of the same duplicate classes. So it may be a good chance to branch out, try something new, experiment a little bit, and you have 2 weeks to go out there and practice. See how far and how fast you can get into capstone number 3. You are going to have a clip of the boss kill, so make sure you get a clip, and you have to stay in the party from level 1 straight through until you kill the final boss inside the capstone dungeon. You cannot go out individually, level, go do other things with other people. You're gonna have to stay in that party, race as fast as you can in order to get that done, and that should just take probably about 5 to 6 hours at the start of the launch of the season. So I'm super excited to bring this back. Now, this is going to be hosted by the Core Skill team and in partner with Mobalytics. I'm pretty excited to get this out to everybody. So if you want to get yourself a free battle pass, the top 2 teams at least will be getting battle passes, and there's going to be more prizes to come as we get closer to the launch of the season. So make sure you keep up with all of the content. Now, how do you sign up for this race? When you go over here to the Discord server, we'll have a link in the description of the video here, and we're also going to have a race group over here that we will start to have set up for everybody. They can come in and they can sign up. Now, on the announcements tab right over here, you can already register for the race here, and we'll start getting everybody involved and everybody into the group. If racing is not going to be something that you're interested in, but you will be on at the launch of the season, you can sign up for a random launch group. Now, these are probably some of the most fun times that we have in Diablo 4 during the very first launch of the season, because you're going to be randomly assigned to 3 other people. You're going to go out into the world as soon as the season launches, and you're going to be able to explore it together, find all the new bloodied items, trade gear, trade rooms, whatever it is that you're going to need. We already have 10 teams signed up. So the link at the top of the description of this video will be for the Discord. It'll look like the Discord icon. Hop in, register right here. Lots more announcements to come in Discord. Not only that, but the Discord is a really happening place. It's very active. Lots of people trading, giving advice. We have class channels for everything that you need to know. The next question that people have is, what happens to my characters at the end of the season? Now, you're going to have 2 different types of characters. You're going to have your seasonal characters, and you will have your eternal characters here. Eternal is anything without any of the seasonal content. It is the base game only. If you were to be playing in Season 11 right now on an eternal character, you would have no Sanctification, you would have no Asmodan Summon, you would have no Duriel inside of Hell Tides, you wouldn't have any of Belial inside the pits. all of those are all seasonal mechanics that are put into the game. It is still Diablo 4 at its core, but every single season you will get new fun things to explore. What's really great about what happens at the end of the season is that your characters will be transferred from the seasonal realm to the eternal realm with all of their stuff. Now, what does that look like? Because there's a couple of very specific things you're going to need to do if this is going to be maybe your second season and maybe you haven't even gone back and looked at this. So what I'm going to show you is going to be the stash tab. Now, the stash tab, when you click on the stash here, you're going to be faced with something that normally you never see. This is going to be a last season withdrawal only. I have 241 items that transferred from season 10 to my eternal realm because the season ended and it gave me all of the gear, all of the materials, all of the loot, all the boss mats, all the gold. Your gold capped here because everything transfers here and it starts to add up and add up and add up. And I've also hit Paragon 300, and I've never actually hit Paragon 300 in a season because all of the experience gets added onto your eternal characters from the seasonal realm. So if you are an eternal player, there's really no penalty for playing on the seasonal realm for a little while, exploring some of the new content, finding what this new storyline is, and then you go right back to your eternal characters, and you get to play with all of the new seasonal stuff that you got from that previous season brought over. Now, all of the new mechanics and all of the new stuff doesn't actually transfer over, so any of the sanctification that we had will be gone. It will just be your normal gear. Same thing happened with Chaos Armor when Chaos Armor transferred over. It became just this right here. You have Hooves of the Mountain God. The Chaos has left this item. This is what you're left with. So if there is something like Sanctification, all it's going to do is just remove that one affix, and then the gear will be exactly the same as it used to be. It is kind of fun to see all the legacy gear here and remember all of the good times we had. But that is going to be what will happen to your seasonal character moving to the Eternal Realm. The last thing that you need to know about this stash tab is that at the very end of the season, if you don't remove everything from it, they are all gone. Everything will be deleted at the end of season 11 that was here from season 10. So if you are planning on playing on an eternal character, or you might want to save some stuff that you worked really hard for, make sure that you withdraw it from this stash tab here before the season starts in season 12. Now, what happens when your seasonal character goes to a new seasonal character? So if you were to create a brand new character at the very beginning of the season, what happens to all of the stuff that you just earned? Well, it's all sitting right here on the Eternal Realm. None of that stuff will transfer over at all. You cannot bring over any gear. You cannot bring over any gold. You cannot bring over any boss mats, no mythics. You can't bring over any gems. None of the experience transfers from the season to season. No Paragon points, no skill points. The only thing that will transfer is going to be your cosmetics and your clan. So when you create a brand new character, you are starting fresh. Now, that's really easy to say, well, why would I even want to do that when I work so hard to get all of this stuff? Each season becomes easier and easier. You learn better ways to farm, and you learn better ways to build your character, how to get gear. And then it gets faster and faster. The launch of the season becomes more exciting because you don't have to work all season long to get one piece of gear that you waited till the very end of the season to finally get. You'll be able to get that faster and faster. Your characters will come online more. And then you can bring all of your stuff back to the Eternal Realm and you can still play it all there. So it is really, really worth hopping into the seasonal realm because it is a ton of fun. I was not sure about seasons when I first got started with Diablo 4 because I'd actually never heard of a seasonal game before. I tried it and I never looked back. Now, the last thing that we're going to cover is going to be setting yourself up with a great leveling guide. You can grab the link in the description of this video to Mobalytics. Mobalytics will have all of my leveling guides. We will get these updated once the season goes live. And what these are going to do for you is that if you hop into this leveling guide right here and you come down, I break them up by different sections of the leveling process. 1 to 25, 26 to 40, and then 41 to 60. Each one of these is going to have a different setup for aspects because in the very beginning of the game, you can't really rely on drops. So at the very beginning of the game, all of the stuff that you will find in the aspects section will be stuff that you can get from dungeons if it's something you wanted to go do. It will also have a leveling path. So if we were to go into the leveling path right here, it will tell you in what order to put your skills in so that you get the most out of your build. If you're going to be racing, it's going to be incredibly important to get all of the points in as fast as you possibly can. So having a planner ahead of time before you get into that race and having that game plan is going to make all of the difference between you potentially winning a battle pass and maybe not. So hop on into Mobalytics, check them out here. There's a ton of really great content. If you don't find anything on my page, you can always just go to the creators down here, and then you can see all of the different creators that Mobalytics has. They love what they do, and they're going to put a lot of work into this. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited for the launch of Season 12, and then the expansion pack, which will be following shortly behind that launch. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you share it with your friends. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm live every night. I'd love it if you stopped by, said hi, theory crafted with me. Catch you on the clip side.